Hello, everyone. This is Inderpreet Shoker with ARC, and I'm in conversation with Chirag Agarwal. Chirag is the Global Head of Data Science at Novelis. Chirag was actually at a forum a few years ago in Orlando, where he shared how his organization is adopting predictive maintenance technology. So today we'll get some updates on that. Welcome, Chirag.
Thank you for having me.
So, Chirag, to start off our conversation, can you please share a little bit about yourself, your role, as well as your organization?
Sure. So good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Chirag, and I work at Novelis. My role is kind of a global role, wherein I'm in charge of making sure that what kind of AI technology we are adopting within the company, which is going to provide more value. So it's kind of like creating the roadmap and the AI strategy for the company. It's roughly the company Novelis is roughly like 17 to $18 billion annual revenue company with roughly 30 plants worldwide, and it's into recycling and rolling. So it's one of the biggest company in the world. It's market leader in recycling and rolling. So whatever we sell in a year, 64% of that is recycled content. And so we are very big, very heavy on sustainability. We want to make sure that we recycle more. And so we have something which is we call 3 by 30 initiative or the targets where we want to increase the recycled content of way higher than 64%. We want to reduce the carbon footprint and we want to make environment more sustainable. So that's a bit about myself and the company.
You shared how you guys are adopting predictive maintenance when you were at the forum, a couple years ago. So can you share how that journey is going right now for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we, as mentioned, right, this is like a manufacturing company. We have 30 plants. So we are very, very asset heavy company, and we have like very complex assets and very expensive assets. And anytime if any of this asset is down, it's a productivity loss for the company. At the same time, we have to spend a lot of money on fixing the product or fixing the machines. So when I think when I spoke last time, from then, like at that time, we were like trying to basically understand the technology, like how it's going to provide the value and all that. From that point onward, so that time we started with one machine, one plant, and now we have scaled it to multiple machines and multiple plant over a period of time because we have seen a huge value coming out of it. And given again, we are a manufacturing company, so there is a lot of value. I just generally call predictive maintenance as a Netflix of machines. Like for entertainment, you need to have Netflix, right? Similar to that, for a machines or for a asset-heavy organization, predictive maintenance is super, super important. And so I think that's what I would say. That in terms of journey, we started very cautiously. We wanted to see that the program is going to provide the value, but we saw that value and then we are scaling it.
One very interesting thing that you shared with us was that you guys developed a proof of concept internally. And then when you were looking to expand the program, you found an external partner. You partnered with somebody who helped you implement the solution. Was there a reason that you guys do POCs internally and then for full scale solution you work with somebody else?
Absolutely. The POC was important because we wanted to show to the leaders within the organization, we wanted to get their buy-in by doing the POC that yes, this is a technology which can provide a value because we just don't want to go blindly and invest into a technology. So that's the reason we did a lot of POCs and we saw that yes, this is something which can provide the value. And then we were looking for the partners who have experience in this field, who can come and provide more value to our critical assets. Because some of those assets, like if they are down for even an hour, it can impact a lot of revenue for the company. So that's where we started with POC. We proved that the technology is working. And then we started looking for the partners who can come help and use their experience to basically accelerate that journey of creating the value. So we still have a mix of both in-house and external products. And depending on the machines and their criticality level, we either go with the in-house product or we go with the external.
Got it, got it. And there were a lot of, good things about your project. One was that you mentioned that you guys are combining AI, ML-based algorithms with first principle, rule-based engine. What is the benefit of this approach?
So this is like similar to coming back to like anytime you are going with a new technology, right? If you just go with that new technology or only that new technology, it becomes very hard to adopt. So this is what we have done because in all the plants where we went with the rule-based approach, wherein like, okay, here are the physics-based rules, here are the generic rule that, okay, if your temperature and the humidity levels are above this, the chances of your machine failing is higher. So it's much easier for us to understand versus some of these AI models. They were black box. So it was very hard for us to explain that to the plant team over there. So we still go with that both approach where we combine rule based with machine learning because if we get the alerts from both, then we have a much higher confidence because one thing that we have seen as we are implementing predictive maintenance is that we do see a lot of false positives. And so if we have like multiple system working and we have a alert generated for a single asset from the multiple systems, or multiple softwares, then there is a much more higher confidence on that. And so we still go with that, and it is always easier for us to basically have that adoption for the rule base. And machine learning is still we are doing a much better job than what we were doing earlier. But it is kind of wrapping up. People are now understanding the power of machine learning, and then getting the confidence in that as well. But for confidence, it was like for us, it was sort of like stepping up, like climbing the ladder from bottom to the top. So I'll call machine learning at the top and then rule base at the bottom. So you need step to go up. And so this helped us.
No, no, that is great, Chirag. I also hear similar things. Even predictive maintenance have been around for many years, 10, 12 years ago. Companies were trying to implement it as well. But what has happened is that the AI, ML technology has improved quite a bit, that we get fewer faults around that, compared to when you were trying to adopt the technology 12, 15 years ago. And definitely gaining the confidence of operators, maintenance technician is very important. And that's what you are trying to do as well. Another good thing about your approach was that you were trying to combine the results of your AI/ML based algorithms with FMEAs, and that can also reap a lot of benefits. Still, a lot of end users are not doing that. How are you guys doing it, and what kind of success you are seeing with this approach?
So we have seen, so your question is more around like the rule based, or you want to combine like how FMEA is using helping us?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Failure modes and
Uh,
effective analysis. Yeah.
okay. So FMEA is important because first of all, I want to add a little bit more to FMEA is like, you want to understand your historical data and understand like what kind of times you are having. Like you have a specific asset in house and what kind of down, like, is it your motor that is failing more? Is it your gearbox that is failing more? So you need to understand your data, your history, and then based on that, you want to maybe uh, phase out like okay, what is your critical asset or what is failing more, and that's how you basically draw different phases as in where you want to create your predictive maintenance module for the machines, right? So FME is very 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 helpful when you want to understand that how do you fix the problem, right? For example, an alert has generated for the vibration. Okay, there is a more vibration in your gearbox, for example, right? Now, how do you fix that? What are the actions that the maintenance team or the reliability team has to take, right? So all of that comes from it. And so what we have done is like we have combined generative AI with FMEA together, and so we have created kind of like a very clear steps that okay, if you have this particular alert, then what are the steps that the maintenance team has to take over that, right? So that combination is very powerful because then you are providing them a flow chart which they can run through.
Yeah, absolutely, Chirag. We were talking earlier about the skills gap as well. So when you have this kind of analysis, these kind of steps that help you, okay, how you can take care of your assets better, I think is definitely going to be very, very helpful to the maintenance teams. Another thing I wanted to ask you about is that, when you joined us at the forum a few years ago. You were getting started. It was pretty early on for you on this journey, and so right now, as you have invested more time, you have scaled it to multiple locations. Are you able to quantify the benefits that you are able to get through predictive maintenance, like how much unplanned downtime you are able to avoid, or any kind of cost saving? Do you are you kind of trying to see what kind of, in dollar value, what kind of benefits you're seeing?
Absolutely. And we have a dashboards, we create a dashboards, KPI dashboards for every time we do a project. And so it's a single dashboard wherein like anytime we do a new project, APM project at a particular plant or machine, we just plug that into the same dashboard so that we have a single view of the global effort, APM effort that we've been doing. And it's a significant number. We have been doing APM at this point now at almost 4 plants, and we started with 1 plant. So it is clearly showing that we are able to reduce our plant downtime, and then it's a big number. I cannot explain the numbers and the dollar value attached to that, but it's a significant value. Just to give you one example that how big these numbers could be is that like if we get just two or three, just two good alerts in a year, takes care of the entire cost of the entire program for the year. So anytime
Wow.
we are getting more than two good alerts, we are good there. So that's where we are, and then it has provided a lot of value in terms of making sure that our systems are not breaking and they are up and running longer than it.
That's great, Chirag. Thank you so much for giving us an update on your journey, and hopefully we'll see you at another forum sometime soon.
Absolutely, please. Happy to come and speak over there. It was a really fantastic experience last time.
So thank you so much, Chirag. Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Preet. Thank you for having me.